Let's get started with Premiere Pro. So first of all, open it. It may take some seconds/minutes, so just wait for it. When it's open, click on File, New, Project. When you start a new project in Premiere Pro, you need to give it a title, so we can call it yeah. And you have to choose a folder in where you want to save the project. In this case, I will save it on my desktop, but of course you can choose any folder you want. And click on OK. So here we are. This is our new project. Of course now it's blank. So we are now making a video as we were doing it for the Summer Academy. So let's just do it as we were actually doing it. So first of all, save the opening and closing frame we provided you. Save those in a folder, and I strongly suggest you not to move the folder where you save all the files you will use in your Premiere Pro project. Because if you move them from the original folder, then Premiere Pro will not find those anymore. So you will have some missing parts in your video. Just create a new folder wherever you want and put everything you need into the video inside it. And don't move it until the end of your video. So I chose my opening frame and I import it into the program. As you can see, to import files into the program, you just have to drag and drop those inside this panel. And this panel is called Project Panel. Now, to show you how it works, how Premiere Pro works, I need to import other files. So let's just say we are doing a video made out of different video clips. So I find my folder and I called it video clips, and I just select all the video clips I need and drag and drop those inside my panel. Okay. Let's just say we are starting our video for the Summer Academy and all the files we need are here. First of all, select your opening frame from your project panel and drag it and drop it into the timeline panel. So as you can see, you just opened a new sequence. I strongly suggest you to use the file we provided you to open your sequence, so you won't have any problem with the video dimensions. So, the panels. First of all, you can just adjust the size of every panel, so according to your needs, you can see it better. You can zoom in and zoom out in your timeline panel just by going on one of these square and drag it to the left to zoom in or to the right to zoom out. If you want to move it through the timeline, you just hold the bar and put it to the right or to the left. In this timeline, you have some horizontal lines, and lines with V are the lines for your videos or images. The lines with A are the lines for your audio, so music, voices, noises, whatever. The vertical line can be moved by clicking on this sort of blue triangle and dragging it to the right or to the left. As you can see here, while you're moving it, you're moving into the time. So now you are at 4 seconds and Now you're going to 37 seconds and so on. Now we want our introduction frame to last 3 seconds. So we are going on the timeline and at 3-second time. So you can click on this and write 3 seconds. As you can see, our image is longer than 3 seconds. So you just click on the right corner and just drag it till the line. Now our image lasts exactly 3 seconds and it's okay. To save, you can just click on File and Save, or from your keyboard you can use Command S or Control S if you are on a Windows. Let's say we want now import our video clips into the video. We can say we want to start with this video clip, so I just drag and drop it into my timeline after my opening image. As you can see, you imported 2 lines. The upper one is for the video and the other one is from the audio, because in this case I took my clips with the audio on. Of course, if you will take it without audio, you will have just this line. To see what you are doing, so to watch your video, you can just press your spacebar on your keyboard and you can see and listen to your video. To go through the time, we already saw it. We can do like this. Maybe you won't need the audio in the video, so just click with your right click and click on Unlink. Now you can select just one of those 2 lines, so you can select the audio one and with your delete button from your keyboard you can just delete it. Now you will have just the video without the audio. Let's now say that we want this clip to be shorter. How can we do? We can do as we did with the opening image, so just drag in the right corner to the left, or do the same thing but from the left to the right. But how can we do if we want just a specific part of the clip? We double click on the clip in the timeline and we see we open this new panel, we can say. Here you have another timeline but applied just to this clip. So you can go through time and stop when you want the clip to start. Let's say here. Then on your keyboard you just press A. Now go to the part you want as the last frame of your clip, and from your keyboard just press O. You see now this highlighted part, and this is the part you have just selected. As you can see here from the timeline, you see that your clip is smaller, like here you have an empty space. But let's say you did it wrong, so you just want to change the beginning and the end, but you want to keep this duration time. So you can just grab this bar and drag it to the right or to the left. As you can see, you have 2 frames. The one on the left is your beginning. The one on the right is your final one. Let's say I decided my clip will start with this frame and end with the other one. I just release it. And now all the changes are applied to my clip into the timeline. But now we have a problem. We have a black gap in here because we decided our clip to last shorter. We can just select this gap and right click on it and say ripple delete, and now you can see you don't have this gap anymore. You can keep adding all the clips you want to have into your video. As we already see before, you can decide length and then keep on doing it. And for example, if you want to switch the position between two clips, you can just drag and drop these boxes. As you can see on Premiere Pro, everything is really very visual. So every rectangle is a clip, and it's really simple to make it longer or make it shorter, for example. And so let's say our video is made by just these 4 clips, and I decide to do this. But for example, I don't want this kid to be in this corner. I just want to cut it out. How can I do? I double click on the clip I want to edit. You can just go to these effect controls, and here you can find some basic effects you can use on your clips. So we were saying we don't want this kid to be into the frame. So what can we do? We can click on this arrow and we have more voices to select through. So we have scale, and we can just click on the number, and by dragging the mouse to the right, we are going to have a bigger scale. Going to the left, we are going to have a smaller one. So we just see, I don't know, we can make it a bit bigger. Then, using the same kind of action on the position numbers, we can move it in the place we want it to be. So as you can see, we just scaled it a bit up and move it a bit, so we managed to cut out the guy. We could decide to rotate our clip as well. How? Just by doing the same things on the rotation number. But okay, we don't need it in this case, so we just leave it 0. Another useful tool you can use is the opacity. Well, changing the opacity means making your clip more or less transparent. In this case, it doesn't make sense, because you don't have anything behind this clip. But let's try to do something. For example, I want to bring this other clip into my workspace. So I just take out the audio as they did with the others, and I put it on the top of the others. They say we make it smaller, and okay. So an important thing to know. You have 3 lines. Actually, you can add more if we need, but I don't think you will need lots of lines. The important thing is that they are sort of layer. If you have 3 papers and one is on the bottom and the other one is on the top and one is in the middle, you see the top paper. Of course, if the top paper is transparent, you can see through it, so you can see what it's behind it. It's the same in here. When you have something just on the bottom line, you can see it. But when you have something on the lines that are on the top, you see the material you have on the lines on the top. So now we can select this clip by double-clicking on it, and we say Effect Control. We click on Opacity and we make it lighter. Let's say 45%. Now, if we push our spacebar, you see when it starts, you can see this other clip overlaid to the others. And it can be nice for example, making some mood videos or whatever.